Hey guys, York Pacer, and today welcome back to another Ravens review. No face cam, sorry, because my camera died, so you'll get a picture of me and the Ravens review background. So, quarter one, I wrote down that Odafe Owe, he looked electric. Um, every time the ball was snapped, he got off the line very quick, and he's going to have a monster second year. Mike Davis continues to impress me. He hit his holes. He's going to be a good Gus Edwards replacement. Um, Especially if he's not 100% by week one. Um, Falalele, he got beat around the corner a lot tonight. I think that is just something a rookie struggles with, what he struggles with. Um, no doubt that he'll be able to fix that um, with more opportunities. Greg Roman in the first quarter, he kind of confused me. He had a screen to Pat Ricard in the flat, and then he had a check down to Nick Boyle in the flat. Sometimes they work, but not on the same drive. I don't know about Greg Roman sometimes. Isaiah Likely, my God, he is amazing. I might draft him when it gets into like the later rounds where I might have a chance of like Cortland Sutton or like Deontay Johnson or Juju, one of those top receivers. I might go um, Isaiah Likely because he might have the production of a number one receiver with Mark Andrews getting targeted. The blocking on the first drive looked awful. The pass blocks, the run blocks, it got better in the later quarters, but I don't know. Another issue with Greg Roman was the pass schemes on Tyler Huntley's sack. There were three people in the center of the field, um, just waiting for the ball. Didn't get open at all. I don't know. Um, special teams were a issue tonight. We let the Cardinals get a lot of return yards on kickoffs. But hopefully we can tighten that up in our third preseason game. We need to learn how to tackle. Everyone keeps missing tackles, and I'm kind of tired of it. But I love the look of Kyle Hamilton on the blitz. Just him coming off the corner unblocked is perfect. Pepe Williams had a very nice night in the first quarter. He made a big tackle. He showed discipline, not holding for a PI call. We'll get to more on him in a little bit. Walking the bottom were Kyle Fuller, his first pick in a Ravens uniform. That was interesting to see. I don't know how he's going to fit in. Maybe as our slot corner. More on slot corners in a couple minutes. A lot of the same defensive looks from Mike Macdonald compared to Wink Martindale. They all lined up on the line as like it's a zero blitz, and then some of them dropped back into coverage. I like that. That's like a Ravens staple. To end the first quarter, they did that little fake bubble where Huntley got it. He pumped fake to the left and then turned around and gave it to Mike Davis, and he got a first down of it. I love that play call. We need to do more of that sometimes. Now we transition to the second quarter. We definitely do need a backup center. Just based on the fact that no one can snap the ball. Now, I think we should keep Tristan Colon Castillo on the roster for the sheer fact that he can snap the ball. He's the only one that can do it aside from Linderbaum. And if we have to put our faith in Makari or what's his name? Or Ben Powers, then it's gonna be gonna be a long drive home, let's say, even though we're not going, but whatever. Jordan Stout is the punter that we hoped for when we drafted him. He had 2 punts inside the 5-yard line, one inside, one booming punt that went around the 25-yard line. Travis Jones, even though he did get a roughing the passer call in the second quarter, I think it was a clean play to. It was almost a clean play. Let's say that. I mean, he couldn't have done anything else better. Just move his head back. Just the head-to-head contact. That's roughing the passer all day. But the penetration is what I really like from Travis Jones. We definitely were blitzing a lot more this week than last week. I could tell that. The Tyler Huntley scramble for the first down, he needs to learn how to get down. My God, that was very scary for all of us watching at home. Tyree Phillips, I think he's had his time, and I think he needs to get off the roster. He's just had too many penalties to where it's kind of annoying. Plus, we have the battle for left guard. The only fact that he's on this roster now is that he can play multiple positions. He plays the left guard, right tackle. He plays guard and tackle basically. But we have our position battle for left guard between Powers, Tyree Phillips, and Ben Cleveland, and then right tackle we have enough. So I think he's good on that department. I think he should go. Kyle Hamilton, he only missed 1 tackle from what I could see, but he has sold out on too many of those RPOs. But he did tip the ball, so we'll give him that. But there was a chance where he missed the ball. Malik Harrison is showing up in preseason. He's just a really good run defender. He stuffs the holes. And then on the one where to end the second quarter, where Trace McSorley ran around to the right side of the pocket, and then he threw it in the middle of the end zone, but the receiver dropped it. That was Kyle Hamilton's man, and he just gave up on him, which was really weird. He should just stay with the man, let your other defenders deal with it. But that's something that he'll learn in time. As the game progressed, I kind of had fewer notes because the starters weren't in anymore. But I am wary about Ben Mason pass blocking. He got destroyed. A lot of pass blocking reps. Another matchup that I was very concerned about was the Brandon Stevens versus Andy Isabella. I get that Stevens is probably going to be our slot corner slash safety in this defense, but Andy Isabella is just faster, and there's really nothing Stevens can do, but try to get the penalties, try to hold him back. He played very well tonight, even though he didn't look that way, but matching up against a fast receiver is not easy at all. Pepe Williams with an interception. Again, he is just like a mini Marcus Peters to the fact where he jumps the routes, he can return, he talks smack. I can't wait for Pepe Williams to translate into Marcus Peters 2.0. The biggest battle for me is the running back battle. It's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. We have J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Mike Davis, Tyler Beatty, Nate McCrary, and Justice Hill. So that's 6 running backs. I think they only keep 4. It's going to be very tough. It's going to be very interesting to see what John Harbaugh says and does. I think they keep Dobbins, Edwards, Davis, Beatty. I think that's the 4 that I'm going to go with. Justice Hill has run his time is gone, and I really love Nate McCrary, but I like more Tyler Beatty, and he has more potential than Nate McCrary does. the Tyler Beatty touchdown was a beautiful play call by Greg Roman. I have to admit that. We saw a significant decrease in Shamar Bridges' playing time for some reason. He made one catch, and that was it. But I want to see more of him because he could be the receiver that we're looking for. Another thing, I don't know why we keep our players in for so long. Like, why is Nick Boyle still playing in the third quarter? It's just he's a veteran. He doesn't need to be playing all 3 quarters. And I know he's getting back from injury, but why do we need to risk that injury again? I do like what I see from Anthony Brown. He has shown flashes, but sometimes you need to stay in the pocket and avoid throwing the pick. The pick really wasn't his fault. He knew it too. And that last drive, he was very flustered. So he just needs to be more composed, and I think he'll be a good QB3. The linebacker, John Ross, he impresses me. He had one of the highest PFF grades for a rookie last week, and he did really well this week. So hopefully he can make the roster. We do need middle linebackers. And then Travis Jones getting hurt, that's awful. I really hate. He's walking though, so it's not like a bad injury. But I'm confused on why we play our rookies as long as we do. We already know that they're going to make the roster, and I guess it's good to see what they can do in an actual game, but why don't you just save that for a game? Or like scrimmages, I don't know. Stuff, in hindsight, you could say, oh, why'd you play him this long? And that's kind of what I'm doing, but it's a very tough decision for John Harbaugh, and this is why I'm not a NFL coach. And the last thing I have here is I love how we're trying to strip the ball out of the quarterback's hands. Those last couple of sacks on the last drive, we tried to rip the ball out of the quarterback's hands instead of tackling them, and that works. But tackle them first. I mean, again, that's another hindsight thing. You can tackle them or you can strip the ball. Whatever you don't do is going to be criticized. But overall, I think we played a very good game. Quarters 1 through 3 were perfect, and then the fourth quarter they just kept. I guess we got tired, and they just kept getting those crossers on us. Our cornerback depth is awful. That's another thing I wanted to put down. It's very bad. We need someone else there. But I guess with Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Kyle Fuller, Brandon Steve. Again, another hindsight thing. Our DBs are fine. It's just our third strings and fourth strings are really not that great. So guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry for the no face cam. We'll be back next week against I don't know who we play next week. Who do we play next week? Against the Commanders. So that's not going to be a very hard game to win. Watch the Ravens lose now. But thanks guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our podcast. I don't feel like explaining it. It's 12 o'clock at night. Goodbye.